Quality, efficiency, equity, and internationalization. These are the key words that the Finnish education policy recognizes. The mission of the Finnish education systems differs greatly from the newly developed mission statement of CSSU, which seeks to develop citizens who learn actively and collaboratively, think creatively and critically, live responsibly and respectfully, contribute positively to their community, and pursue excellence in their individual interests. This mission statement was created in an effort to better refine the purpose of education and to prepare students for life outside of school, not to send them into the real world as tight-laced students. The district is working to change the way our schools work and implement a whole new way of learning with the inclusion of the 21st century learning skills that are essential for success in this new era of innovation and technology. CSSU's new mission statement has greatly impacted the development of the curriculum at CVU, each of the 5 points in a different way, and some better than others. But the 21st century learning skills that are being implemented through CVU's transformation as a result of their new mission affect myself greatly as a learner and a person. The mission statement, learn actively and collaboratively, is the best executed part of the mission statement by CVU due to their countless methods of teaching, as well as their future plans for teaching that help them exceed in this part of the mission. When I look at myself as a student, I see myself as someone who learns very well both actively and collaboratively. I have learned to embrace these skills through the teaching methods practiced at both SCS, my old school, and CVU. These methods allow for students to be engaged in class with the teacher and each other, and they can always raise their hands to answer or ask questions, as well as interact with the learning material. The way students can interact in class at CVU shows that our school is capable of creating citizens who learn actively and collaboratively. The opportunity to engage in class every single day gives students the opportunity to actively be a part of their class and work collaboratively with the rest of the people in each class. These skills, however, have always been part of the curriculum at CVU and have not changed with the implementation of our new mission statement. Our superintendent, Elaine Pickney, spoke to our class and discussed how over periods of time, content of learning is often forgotten when learning is interrupted, such as over half-days and random days off. Also, long summers can cause children to forget everything they learned the year before, creating wasted time reviewing the next year. However, the school board has come up with a vision calendar, which allows for 7 uninterrupted weeks of school with 2-week breaks in between. This allows for a much stronger learning structure that is constant, and it eliminates the need for half-days or random days off. The vision calendar promotes active learning by eliminating any disruptions a student may undergo for 7 straight weeks at a time. This 21st century style calendar is proof that CSSU is working towards implementing 21st century skills into their transformation, and these new skills students will acquire through the transformation of CVU will forever change them as learners, students, and citizens. The way myself, as well as other students at CVU learn, is a wonderful reflection on the success CVU has achieved in the first part of the CSSU mission statement, and the future benefits from the vision calendar proves that CSSU will continue to move forward to achieve their mission and be even better than they already are. The second part of the mission statement, think creatively and critically, is a better part of the mission statement, but not the strongest. Students leave CVU as good critical and creative thinkers, but there are ways that could make them even better. When Jeff Evans came and spoke to our class about ESLs, and also just from observing various rubrics for summatives during class, I took notice to the fact that critical thinking is strongly focused on ESL at our school. Having critical thinking as an ESL means that CVU pays close attention to critical thinkers in the classroom setting, and that they are emphasizing the importance of being able to think critically. Being that critical thinking is such an important ESL, and that it is brought out in the CSSU mission statement, makes a clear connection to the fact that 21st century skills are affecting CVU's transformation, and in a positive way, of course. Not only is critical thinking an ESL, but also creative and critical thinking are both recognized in the long list of 21st century skills. Being that the goal of the new mission in CSSU is to transform our education to fit the needs of this century, including 2 of the 21st century skills directly in the mission statement is very important. However, these 2 things are on the skills list as timeless skills, so perhaps they can be used instead as catalysts to transition into newfound skills, such as e-publishing and computer-aided creativity, which both require ample amounts of creative and critical thinking. After viewing a TED Talk about math education, I learned about how using computers in math is a key time saver while doing problems, and also keeping the mind on track with the problem at hand, which is crucial for critical thinking skills. For example, a student is in a geometry class where the goal of a problem is to find the volume of a sphere. Now, the formula of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed, a pretty difficult formula to have to do the math in your head. If the goal of the problem is to know how to use the formula and solve the task at hand, why should the student waste a large amount of time multiplying fractions and exponents when they can just use a calculator for the irrelevant part? In reality, that student will probably spend more time trying to do the difficult computations that don't matter than they will actually spend solving the main part of the problem, which can mess with their thinking process and damage their understanding of the important content. I know for a fact that calculators are frowned upon in the freshman core at CVU, but if the school is trying to bring the 21st century into their curriculum, why not allow students to use the advantage of a calculator or computer to aid them and keep their thinking process on track? Calculators and computers are the image of 21st century mathematics, and would be a simple step to allow students of CVU to apply 21st century learning into their education. SSU does an excellent job of emphasizing the importance of creativity and critical thinking, and this keeps students on track to think critically. But there are definitely more things we can do to improve critical thinking skills of every single student in the school. This will then fully transform CVU into a school with fabulous 21st century learning skills, and change every student's point of view and thinking style to better their education. The next part of the mission statement, live responsibly and respectfully, confuses me. I don't understand how school, where children go to learn things like science and English, can teach students how to become responsible and respectful. Responsibility and respect are both recognized as 21st century skills, and they fall under career skills. While responsibility and respect are important skills, I feel that their inclusion in the mission statement has not at all impacted the curriculum at CVU, and has not affected me as a person. Even though I have learned responsibility and respect, these skills don't seem to fit in a school curriculum, and are probably taught outside of school. As far as I have heard, there are no ideas put forth to include responsibility and respect in the school curriculum, ideas that are essential if CSSU hopes to achieve this aspect of their mission. Developing citizens who contribute positively to their community is the fourth piece of the mission. CVU offers many clubs that benefit the community, such as the Buddy Program, Key Club, International Amnesty Club, and Student Council. There are also many more. However, these clubs are all optional and are not a part of the daily school day. Having clubs like this is a good start of CVU's transformation in regard to community contribution. Yet, many students do not participate in any of these clubs and are not learning to help the community. I am a part of Key Club, so I am being affected by CVU's transformation, and I am gaining skills to contribute to the community, but I worry that not enough students are. Although there are plenty of students at CVU using 21st century skills and applying them to be part of the community, these skills are not reachable by all students in the district, giving CSSU only the partial ability to feel accomplished regarding this part of their mission. The mission statement declares that their mission is to develop citizens who pursue excellence in their individual interests. CVU has almost 60 clubs, all of a wide variety, to reach out to as many students as possible so they can do what they love. Our school also offers 22 different seasonal sports throughout the year, which many of the students participate in. Not to mention over 80 different courses over a span of 12 different categories. While CVU does not specifically reach out to kids during lesson time and tell them to pursue excellence in their interests, it is clear that based on how many different opportunities the school offers for children to do what they decide, that CVU is transforming into a 21st century school with newfangled classes that allow students to find their passion. I personally love that I have the option to choose what I want to do. I take high advantage of everything the school has to offer by being part of 2 sports teams and 2 clubs, not to mention that I signed up for a wide variety of classes for next year that fit my personality, learning style, and interests. Even though CSSU does not include pursuing excellence in their actual curriculum, they give students the options to do it on their own and to do whatever they wish to. CSSU's new mission statement is transforming CVU right under our noses. While there are some parts of the mission that we are still looking to achieve, CVU is changing. CVU is changing into something we have been looking for since the turn of the century. The 21st century skills that everyone is adapting to as our school continues to transform are affecting the way every student learns and thinks, including myself. One of my favorite parts of the transformation is the fact that there are so many different things the school has to offer, so I can do activities that I shine in. As a lover of technology, I really believe that every class should embrace the use of computers to the fullest extent, because that's what they are for. Computers were designed to broaden the understanding of anyone who uses it, so we as students can only benefit from the implementation of advanced technology that our generation has to offer. Looking back at Finland's education goals, quality, efficiency, equity, and internationalism, it is obvious that we as a school district are better on track for student success later in life, which is the goal of getting an education in the first place. While Finland may raise the best students in the world, CSSU is on the path of creating the best citizens our 21st century society has to offer.